Every day, your friends are secretly influencing your choices, and you don't even notice it. While you scroll through social media, laugh at memes, or hang out with close friends, this hidden game is happening all around you. Stay with me, because once you see it, you'll never look at your friends the same way. Here's the part nobody talks about. Being influenced by friends isn't about weakness. It doesn't mean you lack intelligence or awareness. But there is something fascinating happening in your brain that makes these everyday interactions far more powerful than you think. Let's start with the obvious question. Why do friends have so much sway over us? Humans are social creatures. For thousands of years, surviving meant being part of a group. Your friends, your tribe. They protected you, taught you, kept you alive. Even today, your brain treats social bonds as vital. When someone you care about asks for something, your brain releases oxytocin, the same chemical that makes you feel love and trust. That tiny chemical nudge makes you more likely to say yes, even when you'd rather say no. Have you ever agreed to something and then wondered why? That's your brain at work. But here's where it gets really interesting. There are specific tricks your friends use, often without even realizing it, that manipulate this system. Take the foot in the door technique. It starts small, lending a pen, helping with a quick task, or letting them borrow a charger. But over time, these small favors increase the likelihood that you'll agree to bigger requests, like covering a shift at work or helping move a weekend. Your brain loves consistency. Once you say yes, it wants to keep saying yes, and often you don't even notice the progression. It feels natural. Studies show that even one small favor can increase compliance by up to 50%, and your friends are unknowingly using this on you daily. Then there's the compliment trick. Ever notice how a simple compliment makes you feel obligated to return a favor? Maybe they praise your taste in music, your outfit, or how well you handled a situation. Your brain's reward system lights up. You feel good. You want to keep the positive energy going, and suddenly you're agreeing to things you might normally refuse. Sometimes these compliments are completely casual, and you might not even realize they influenced your decision. Another one is emotional mirroring. Some friends instinctively copy your mood, your gestures, even your tone of voice. It builds trust and connection. Your brain unconsciously relaxes around them, lowering your defenses, making you more suggestible to suggestions or requests. Think about it. If you sigh at a bad meme, they sigh too, without even realizing it. Your brain perceives them as aligned with you, which makes it easier to agree to what they want. And we can't forget social proof, the subtle pressure of everyone else is doing it. When your friend group collectively leans toward a decision, your brain experiences tension if you resist. You might think you're making an independent choice, but often you're simply following the crowd, because the need for acceptance is hardwired into your brain. Even a quiet nod from a few friends can be enough to tip your decision. Then there's timing. Friends often know exactly when to ask for something, right after a shared laugh, or when you've just helped them with something else. Your brain is more likely to comply. These little moments aren't coincidences. They amplify your tendency to agree. Have you noticed this happening to you before? It's more common than you think. Now, before you start overthinking every interaction, here's the fascinating part. Not everyone is equally susceptible. Some people's brains naturally prioritize independence over social conformity. They don't fall for these subtle nudges as easily. Research shows they are more individualistic, less likely to engage in automatic compliance, and more aware of how social influence is shaping their decisions. They can spot when someone is subtly guiding their choices, and they pause before reacting. But here's the kicker. For the rest of us, these tricks are incredibly effective. And it's not because we're weak, it's because our brains are wired to value connection. Every microfavor, every compliment, every subtle mirroring triggers rewards that feel good. Your brain doesn't care if the influence is conscious or not. It just wants that dopamine hit every single time. Even small gestures can feel meaningful, which reinforces the pattern without you realizing it. So, what does this mean for you? Awareness. Once you recognize these patterns, you can pause before saying yes, notice when you're being influenced, and regain control. You might even start seeing these interactions as a fascinating game, one that's been happening in your brain all along. Friends influence us every day in ways that are invisible but powerful. From small favors to shared moods, from compliments to social pressure, these subtle tricks shape the choices we make, often without our conscious knowledge. Understanding this isn't about changing your friendships, it's about understanding yourself. If you're noticing these patterns already in your own life, hit like and keep watching, because the next trick will completely blow your mind. The next time a friend asks for a favor or suddenly mirrors your opinion or compliments you at just the right moment, take a step back. Ask yourself, is this me deciding or is my brain being nudged? Once you notice, you can play the game consciously, and that's where the real power lies. Every choice you make with friends isn't just social, it's a tiny psychological experiment, shaping your behavior and reinforcing bonds at the same time. Next time you catch yourself saying yes automatically, remember, your brain is being nudged and now you know it. You can start taking control. If you found this eye-opening, drop a comment with a time you realized a friend influenced you without you noticing. Let's see how often this happens in real life.